while we sit here and prune or get these sunflowers ready for drying, let's discuss thoughts. Let's process thoughts. How about that? It's interesting. Just looking at what's inside of those sunflowers. I don't know how far back to prune. My shears broke, of course, but I just need the tops of these, not the full stems. Ouch. Gardening has taught me so much. I feel like I'm sitting way too high. I want to sit somewhere else. So we're gonna come somewhere else with me. I want to sit right here. Oh, that's better. It's a better height for me. Let's talk about what I have learned from gardening. The first time I attempted to garden was like on a large scale, like lots of stuff. Not just trying to keep plants alive in my home that kept dying, but actual food was in 2015, which was, what, we're 2026, about 11 years ago, when I finally had a yard large enough to start gardening. The yard was full of goat heads. There wasn't any grass. The dirt was really, really hard, and we pretty much had to start from scratch. We built some planter boxes and hauled in some dirt, which was pretty expensive. Okay, so before we even started fucking gardening, it was already like $500, right? But we didn't really know what we were doing. So we just did what we thought we could do. And the other thing that we did was that we grew way too much. And we didn't space things apart far enough. The other thing that we did was we didn't know, and we were both working full time, hardly ever home, and we didn't know when it was time to harvest, and we didn't even prune. We didn't know that was a thing. Okay, so our shit got out of control really fast. Our zucchinis were like the size of babies. The kale was like fucking ridiculous. The tomato, everything was so ridiculous and so much. So much that I started like putting signs saying free kale on my front porch just to get rid of it, because I didn't know what to do with it. We also started canning that year. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We did have a larger yard and a larger kitchen, so we figured it out. We made so much fucking zucchini bread, and we just started giving stuff away. There were some things that we did not know how big they were gonna get, how they were gonna grow. We had no fucking idea. I planted maybe like 5 asparagus seeds thinking it was going to be an asparagus plant, and it was literally like one fucking asparagus per seed. Other things, however, produced more and more and more and more and more and more seeds. The thing that I learned was patience, preparation, and there were so many weeds, and I didn't know the difference between a weed and the seed I had planted. And it took a long time for me to recognize, and I had to pull a lot of weeds because a lot of those were growing. I also, when I would move something because it was too close or being crowded by another plant, and I would repot it, or we would just like go buy a plant from Home Depot because we killed the one we had, or the seeds just weren't growing. Every time I would replant something, it would die, or I would think it was dying. But it would always have this period of like, I guess, rebirth, getting comfortable, getting acclimated to its new environment, and then it would flourish. I learned that even with plants, change is something that has to be adapted to. And every plant adapts at their own pace. And it can't be predicted, like how it's going to adapt. I just kept watering. When I learned to prune, I started pruning. I started realizing, oh, if I get this dead thing off, like I did with these sunflowers. Oh, crap, I didn't see that. Okay, I'm still learning. But a good example here. If I were to have pruned this right here because it's dead, I would give the opportunity for this other one and this other one and this, oh my God, like these fucking 4 other ones to start growing and flourishing. I didn't do such a great job with that one, but I think this one was already, it might have already been broken. But so you prune the ones that are dead or you don't need to give opportunity for the other ones to grow. I realized at some point, because I was working in mental health, that all of these lessons I was learning in my garden also applied to life in general. If you are trying to keep something alive that is already dead, it's taking from the life of the things that can survive. And I kind of liken that to like pruning situations and people out of your life that are no longer beneficial. You know, trying to hold on to things that you don't need. And that's how life works in the garden too. If you try to hold on too much to something that is taking up space and water and it's not really producing anything, you're taking away from the babies, you know, the new things, the new growth, the stuff that actually needs it. The other thing that I learned in the garden was that I can't just keep planting the same shit in a row. There are different nutrients that you get from different plants that benefit each other. And when I apply that to life, it works the same way. Being in solitude is great for a moment, but there are lessons and experiences that you need to experience through interacting with other energies. You need those other energies to experience those things and to heal and get past those things. And a community of plants, a variety of weeds, and those different things, they actually benefit each other. So we all need communities to benefit from, for things that we cannot create on our own, or energies that we need to push us to become who we need to be, or just a community of like-minded, multicultural, whatever the case may be. Plants and weeds and all those things, they really thrive when there's a diversity. Like when you take a walk in the forest, they're all like intertwined and living in community amongst each other. And that's the best way that we grow as humans and humanity, is when there's a diversity of different cultures and different things and experiences, and we all grow together. As we have seen in the past, when separation, segregation, and prejudice and racism and all that starts taking over, and you have like inbreeding or whatever, all that stuff, it has not really worked out at all very well for humanity. Diverse perspectives, experiences, all those things, they're wonderful experiences that we need to have to elevate our consciousness. And I feel like if more people spent time just with earth, even a small garden, that they could learn that also. It's like the wisdom from the earth and the plants, speaking through the experiences, the trials and errors. It's all life lessons. Now, I mean, it could totally be that the plants have been speaking through me to teach me lessons telepathically, or that I'm just making these connections and contributing them to life. I don't know. It could be both. You could see the seeds in that one are pretty ready. And every single one of those seeds will become a sunflower. Isn't that cool? And if you apply that theory to life, because there's the thought of planting seeds, like in the mind, planting seeds for thought to grow. I feel like we are also like these sunflowers. Like, we nurture our growth. We prune out what's not necessary, what's damaging to our growth. And then each thought produces so many more questions and thoughts, right? And we continue to plant those seeds in the minds of others. And then before you know it, one seed that was planted by one thought or one person can reach hundreds of thousands of millions of billions of people. So we think ourselves as flowers and seeds, like there's an unlimited amount of potential within us and within just like this one dying sunflower. Like, it's not really dead if you think about it. The seed hasn't been planted. It's just sitting there dormant, waiting to be watered, to be taken care of. And I think that's how our thoughts work. Is the thoughts are just floating in the ether and just waiting to be taken care of and paid attention to, and then manifested and watered into something beautiful. And then that thought and manifestation manifests into the next and the next and the next. And how beautiful is that, to be able to just pull from the ether and manifest such beautiful things. That's what I learned from my plants and my gardening, and I hope that you can experience that too. They're so pretty. I'll spend the rest of my day just sitting here and pruning and drying these out.